What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is Anarchy with another StarCraft 2 commentary. Today we have NighTKiLLeR versus ATMAN. NighTKiLLeR spawning on the bottom left. He is the red Terran. ATMAN is spawning on the bottom right, and he is the blue Protoss. And I'm happy to say that my microphone issues are fixed. You guys can actually hear me again, unlike the games I casted last week. Luckily, only one made it to YouTube. The rest I had to scrap, which was about 5 games. So I apologize, guys, if I casted your game and you lost, and I lost it, rather. Feel terrible about that. But what are you going to do? So we have a TVP going on, and we'll see what happens. I'm not sure the level of these players. I don't know. I believe I want to say this is a diamond game. For some reason, I'm not 100% sure. It was user submitted, though. So we got our first pylon coming down. Let's see if the Terran player is going to wall off. He's going to drop his supply depot right next to the command center, so opting not to wall in against Protoss, which is not necessary, so not a bad choice at all. The one thing I will say about this map, it's got these huge backdoor areas. Reapers, very, very effective on this map. Blink Stalkers, very, very effective. Dark Templar drops, any type of drop play, very effective on this map. So we'll see if any of these players choose to go that route. We got our first barracks and gateway coming down. Nothing super tricky going on. Or kind of an early probe scout for ATMAN. If he's not spawning in the proper spot, but if he did spawn close positions, may have thrown off NighTKiLLeR's build slightly. Seeing a probe that early can sometimes mean cannon rush or some type of proxy gate. So luckily for him, he's scouting the complete opposite way, so he'll get the least amount of intel, even though he scouted first. And it looks like our first barracks is now completed, and we have our first Marine on the way. Gateway's about to complete as well, and the orbital command has started. So there goes our scouting SCV for our Terran player, but he's also looks like he's scouting in the wrong direction as well. So both players not going to be able to scout the opponent for quite a while. The Cyber Core is on the way down. And meanwhile, there's another Marine in production, opting not to get that first Stalker out of this gateway. Probably just going to go straight to, the first Zealot, rather, out of this gateway. Probably just going to start off with a Stalker, knowing that he hasn't seen his opponent's scout come in his base yet. But he does have 2 assimilators. Interesting for such an early... it's so early in the game. You can see our Terran player doesn't have 1 refinery yet. And he's just continuing to produce some Marines to hold his front door. Looks like he's going to go for a fast expansion. And his SCV is now heading in the right direction. Now, the probe did not scout. He stopped at the Xel'Naga Watchtower. So he's either waiting slightly because he knows the timing of the Terran, or he might drop some type of proxy, probably just a pylon, like a forward pylon rather. Shouldn't even be called a proxy. Here comes our first Stalker out on the map, and he is not using it to defend and chrono boosting out. So my guess is we're going to see possibly a 4-gate pressure and proxy pylon somewhere in this area, if I had to put money on it. Now, he wisely put a pylon here to cover this little vision, because that is very important. Like, Reapers can jump up here and be in your mineral line before you know it, and a decent amount of Reapers can do a lot of damage real fast. Stalker's prodding forward to get some scouting information. There's plenty of Marines here to hold him off. And we'll see how this little engagement goes. If he pulls these Marines back, he won't have to take any losses. Actually doing really well with the micro there. Stalker not taking anything but shield, but no, there he goes, taking some real damage. SCV is in the mineral line, seeing exactly what's going on, and it's a 3-gate, possibly a 4th on the way, maybe a robo or something like that. Here we go. Yep, 3-gate robo. So, very, very common build against the Terran. Get that observer out early, see what's going on. The Terran player is going to throw some bunkers down so he can land his command center. But I gotta give it to the Protoss player. He does have perfect map vision. He's got both watchtowers. He knows exactly what's happening. There is this little hallway here, but if anything comes up, he will somewhat see it, or at least see it in time to react. So the gateways are done. The robo's still on the way. We've got a proxy pylon right at the Xel'Naga Watchtower, which will be real easy for the Terran to scout if he pushes forward. I'm not quite sure exactly why he's not. There he goes. He's going to try and take that Watchtower, and he should be able to get close enough to see exactly what's going on. Will he? Yes, he does. He sees the pylon. He sees the units warping in, so he's got to be ready at this time to know exactly what's going on and prepare for it the best he can. He's got 2 bunkers down. He's getting a missile turret up, possibly to spot for cloaked units. Maybe he could be expecting Dark Templar. And here we go. Here comes the first push. Let's see how this holds. Bunkers are in position. The SCVs are not there to repair it just yet. Okay, he gets there in perfect timing, fixes that bunker up, and everything is golden. Protoss player pulls back. Warping in reinforcements, though. Another bunker on the way down. The missile turret still looks like it hasn't been finished yet. He needs to get a guy on that. He forgot about it, I guess. The Protoss player is letting his money jump up a lot, and he's not macroing at all. So I'm not sure what he's saving up for. He's currently boosting out his gateways, but he hasn't touched his robo just yet. A couple more zealots now coming into the mix. And this is a nice little army composition, but the 2 sentries do have enough energy to force field. But with this amount of bunkers, I don't think he'll be able to break this. This is pretty serious. But let's see how this plays out. Here we go. Zealots coming in, trying to get perfect force fields. That bunker's definitely going to go down. Marines jump out just in time to take a couple pot shots off of those zealots. The force fields were immaculate to stop that. Oh, the Protoss player is in a commanding position right now. Another perfect force field to block that bunker from being repaired, but looks like he'll be able to save it. Yeah, yes. He's just able to hold off that bunker, and in turn, that will allow him to hold off the attack. But that was excellent, excellent control by the Protoss player. And the Terran player is going to push up with his Marines, but he knows there's going to be reinforcements coming, so he might as well pull back and get in those bunkers. Hold these stalkers off long enough to prevent the bunkers. The stalkers wisely targeting the building SCVs, but it looks like the position of this bunker with no sentries will deny all these units from getting close enough to do any serious damage. Stalkers coming up, focus firing, 1 Marine down, taking out 2. Taking a couple pot shots at this building SCVs again, but it looks like this bunker is just about to complete. Once that completes and those Marines jump in there, we should be able to hold this. Supply is pretty much even, 41 over 39. The 3 bunkers are now down. The 4th is on the way, but this Protoss player is relentless. He's continuing to assault, taking some shots again, stopping the SCV from completing that bunker. He's going to be able to take out a supply depot, but Terran player's supply is quite low at the moment, so it's not really going to cripple him. And it looks like this bunker will finally finish, but he needs to repair it right away because it's already damaged, as well as this depot about to drop. And he put some Marines in there. These SCVs are kind of just hanging out. They're not doing anything. He needs to get those guys either working or repairing, because this bunker will fall quite quickly to these units. Twilight Council on the way. So it looks like he's going to be either going Blink Starkler or Dark Templar. Maybe not so much the DTs because of the turrets. However, with that robo, guys, he could always send a warp prism right here and drop in some units, possibly the DT. Here comes another engagement again. The Protoss player is being extremely difficult, constantly pressuring, not allowing the Terran to get any map control, not like this perfect. He is bunkered down, but honestly, it's just a big contain. He cannot get out of his base at the moment. But he definitely has enough defense now to where these stalkers are not going to be able to do anything other than poke and prod around and maybe take some pot shots off and snipe some, SCVs. Protoss player wisely expanding, realizing he's not going to be able to break that wall, and Blink is on the way. So you got to be thinking, what's he going to do with Blink? Is he going to blink up here in the middle and stop these SCVs from repairing? Unlikely. He's probably going to blink onto the high ground and get some pot shots off at these workers. I probably wouldn't blink my entire stalker force up there, but just enough to harass, take out some SCVs, and get these Marines to deploy from the bunkers and come inside. And once that happens, then he'll be able to push this front door. Some siege tanks are now down in good placement to cover this attack if it should come. Stalkers are moving around in position, and if he gets high ground vision, which he will have in a second here, it looks like he's going to blink up top. Here comes a proxy pylon for reinforcements. Terran player getting up to the watchtower, realizing that the Protoss player has moved. Well, he's going to warp in the Zealot so he can maintain that map control. Now, if the Terran should push out, he's going to be in bad shape, and it looks like he is going to push out. Oh boy, here we go. Terran's pushing out, but once this observer gets in sight, these stalkers can blink and go right inside the main. Luckily, he's not pushing out. He's just moving a little bit forward. Nope, there he goes. He is pushing out, and here comes the reinforcement pylon is there. He's going to take out that pylon. at the Zelnaga watchtower, but in turn he's going to lose a lot here. Here we go. I guess he had good instinct because he pulled back immediately, and here we go. The Stalkers are in the main. They're going to take out tons of SCVs, probably every SCV here. I don't think that this Terran player can hold this off. This is a lot of units, but here we go. He does have 3 siege tanks that do a ridiculous amount of splash damage. Here we go. The Hellions coming in first. The Hellions are going to drop like flies to these Stalkers, though. Siege tanks sieging up, getting in siege mode. Marines getting in the fight. He needs to pull back and get in that siege line, guys. Pull back. Oh, Stalkers blink on top of everything. And oh, he's focus firing down the tanks, but the Marines are doing good amount of damage to these Stalkers. He's got a perfect concave. He's not allowed to move forward because of these Marines. So the siege tanks are doing a ridiculous amount of damage, and he actually might hold this off. I can't imagine if he holds this off. That would be an immaculate defense, but he is holding this off. Epic defense. Oh wow. And ATMAN rage quits, and you know what? Honestly, I can't say I blame him. That was immaculate play by our Terran player. Excellent game, NighTKiLLeR. One of the best I've seen in quite a while. Thanks, guys. Hey, click subscribe, please. I really need some subscribers. It would be nice, and it makes me feel loved. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.